Yet again, I'm utterly baffled by General Motors. Mary Barra is all in on EVs, apparently. But I regularly go to a website called gmauthority.com. You've probably heard of it. I've referenced it here on the channel a fair few times. What really continues to confuse me is General Motors and their strategy. Now, GM really only have two car markets, China and the United States. They're losing market share in China at an insane rate. They're losing billions of dollars. It's really sad to see. I'll put a link in the description to my video about that. It's based on the latest information we're seeing in China. But this is what really continues to confuse me. GM's strategy just doesn't seem to actually make any sense. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I'm the Electric Viking. My name's Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. No, actually, I'm not. I'm in Bangkok in Thailand right now. Bit of a faux pas there, mistake, because I'm used to saying I'm in Melbourne, but at the moment I'm in Thailand because my wife is doing cancer treatments here. Now, if you're new to the channel, great to have you. We've done nearly 2,900 videos since we started this channel less than 2 years ago. I actually looked up the channel info, and one of the questions people are asking about me is, how tall is the Electric Viking? That's an interesting question. Not very tall, just under 6 foot. So, in shoes, about 6 foot. There you go. Now, I'm sure most of you couldn't care less about how tall I am, but for those of people who are interested, it seems like a lot of people are asking the question. It's strange. That's the info. If you've got any other questions, well, I can tell you my weight as well. Right now, I weigh about 98 kilos, which is 216 pounds. That fluctuates depending on basically what I'm doing in terms of my exercise schedule. What is my exercise schedule? Actually, I train pretty much every day. In fact, every day I do. I go to the gym for around 30 minutes per day, 6 days a week. Swim now around about 3 days a week, but I don't do a whole lot of swimming. I do about 500 meters each time I swim. Try to go quickly, so get the aerobic activity pushing. And that's basically all I do at the moment. So 6 days in the gym for about 30 minutes each time, around 3 or 4 swim sessions a week. That's my protocol. And other than that, I actually ride the skateboard with the boys. The electric skateboards sounds easy, but actually that is a bit of a workout if you go for a good ride. General Motors, they are working on their Cadillac brand. They're building or developing a new Cadillac XT4. They're going to sell that in China and the US. And I think, well, I'm baffled. I looked at their sales for the XT4. I looked at the reviews for the XT4. It's considered one of the worst cars you can buy right now in America. I mean, for example, Car and Driver gave it 5.5 out of 10. There's a good reason it's not selling. It's a bucket of junk. And General Motors went, you know what? This car, the market's saying we don't want it. The market has branded it as being not good. We're going to make a new one. We're going to develop a whole new car from the ground up. And we're going to justify developing this new car at a huge cost for very small numbers of sales. I mean, they're literally selling like 5,000 a month. I don't understand why you would invest all that money into this car. I mean, GM is saying they're all in on electric cars, but just go on GM Authority. It's like every day of the week, there's something new. General Motors investing into new V8 engines. General Motors investing into a new diesel engine. The 2025 Cadillac XT5 will introduce an all-new second generation for the midsize crossover, debuting revised exterior styling and overhauled interior, an updated platform, and more. This is a ground-up gasoline-powered vehicle. I mean, General Motors, how on earth are they possibly ever going to get a return from this car to justify the amount of money they're putting into it? I don't understand. I mean, yesterday, one of the most popular articles on GM Authority, with a lot of people ridiculing it actually, was an article saying the engine that makes the most sense for the next generation Chevy Traverse, GMC Acadia, and the Buick Enclave. I mean, they're making next generation versions of almost every gasoline-powered car they sell, but why? I mean, really, it doesn't add up. These cars, the next generation versions, when you start to look at the details and the specifications, they're barely any different to the previous model. And that's not just GM that applies to. I mean, that's most car manufacturers. You see the next generation of the Volkswagen Golf compared to the previous generation, you can hardly tell the difference. It's the same here. I mean, GM Authority exclusively revealed last week that General Motors is now considering the L3B engine for additional applications beyond it being used in a brand new generation for its full-size crossovers. Brand new generation. General Motors are making a new Chevy Traverse, a new GMC Acadia for the 2024 model year, Buick Enclave, a new model for 2025. Then they've got the new Chevy Colorado, the new Chevy Silverado, the new 1500, the new GMC Canyon, the new GMC Sierra 1500, and the Cadillac CT4V. I mean, the Cadillac CT4V, no one cares about that car either. Now, if you actually break it down and you have a look at not just those models I said, but the actual model specifications, within models are many models. We're talking about literally hundreds of different choices and specifications. Now, I wouldn't be so sort of shocked about all this if it didn't come amidst the fact that General Motors just fired about 500 full-time staff, and it offered retrenchment packages to 53,000 workers. 53,000. How do they even have that many white-collar workers in the company? It's crazy. But 53,000, the reason they're doing it is part of a cost-cutting move. They need to cut an additional $2 billion in costs. So they're retrenching workers en masse. They're not saying, okay, these ones are good, we'll keep those. These ones are not so good, we'll try and give those guys deals and get them out of the door. It's just like everyone that wants it, everyone that wants a good deal, take it. That to me is a bizarre strategy. Probably the best workers will say, yes, hand up, give me the package. I can easily get a job somewhere else. I'm good at what I do. I know I can get good references. I know another car company will want me. They're the ones that leave when you offer these en masse offers where you say, we'll pay you out to leave. That's what General Motors are doing. Now, this comes after less than a year ago, General Motors said, Department of Energy, can we have some money? I mean, this is true. General Motors borrowed more than $2 billion from the government. Why do they need to do that? Why does GM need to go to the government to borrow money? Well, does this sound a little bit like 2008 to you? It does to me. Now, yes, GM are not in that position. But they do have more than $100 billion in debt. They do have operations in China which are doing really, really badly. And they're not going to improve. I mean, Mary Barra's claims that they will improve. It's like Disneyland fantasy. Why would they improve? They're competing against EV manufacturers. They're competing against Tesla. They're competing against a new wave of brands making really good product, really good EVs, and selling them at really, really affordable prices. GM can't compete. They can't make profits in that market. It's not going to work long term. Their car sales in China are collapsing like every other legacy automaker. And GM is saying, we need to cut costs. But then they're spending billions of dollars on next generation gasoline engines, diesel engines, and internal combustion engine cars. Their entire strategy, just looking at it from a macro perspective, doesn't make any sense at all. Maybe I'm missing something. If you're a GM fan and you've seen something that I haven't, please, I really want you to enlighten me. What am I missing, guys? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.